What is up, everybody? It's your boy Blizzy with another Blizzy mobile video coming through. So, the S22 Ultra versus the Z Fold 3. Could you believe this? That you could take a device, a folding device, and it would be more pocketable than the S22 Ultra. It's true. It is very, very true. The S22 is a less pocketable device than the Z Fold 3 when the Z Fold 3 is closed up. I can tell you this firsthand because I have both of these devices and I use both of these devices. Let me go ahead and unlock this so you can see its beautiful screen. I use both of these devices in my everyday life, and the Z Fold closed up is a very, very pocketable device, and I really love this device more than the S22 Ultra in the hands. It's really, let me wipe this thing down and just, I really, really, really like this thing in the hands. You get a nice perch on it with the hinge, and with the not having a case on it, this is superb. Now, the S22 Ultra in the pocket, carrying that around it's a big device. I'm recording off of the S22 Ultra right now, or I would give you a perception of the size. If you have this phone, then you already know, but that is one of the hugest things with me. I work in the mill industry, and I work with wood, and I move a lot of material. I build interior and exterior doors, residential and commercial. So when I'm working in the shop, I need a phone that is most definitely has a dust rating. The Z Fold 3 does not have any kind of dust resistance. It's water resistant. Those two things make it very easy for me to explain to you or to illustrate what I use in my everyday life as far as at work. The S22 Ultra is completely water resistant, dust resistant, and at this point, I wouldn't say it's bulletproof, but the device has definitely proven itself to me. With the S22 Ultra, I am never left without battery. I'm able to throttle this device very minutely, very, very minutely. I use all of its settings to max everything, max brightness, the best resolution, everything. And that's the way that I choose to run my phone for myself, because I want everything accessible and I want it to be as fast as possible at all times. Now, sometimes I'll kick on the power saving mode, and in my particular phones, power saving mode is basically just the brightness dimmed 10%. Excuse me. I don't take anything away from the resolution or the processing speed and power saving, so I'm really only getting that much. Then I have adaptive power saving, and I use that, and that comes through for me pretty good. Now with the Z Fold 3, if I leave the house and I gotta go work my 8-hour shift and I got less than 50% battery, we're probably gonna need to charge sometime in that night, depending on if I use my music or if I'm opening the phone completely up a lot. If I unfold this device a lot throughout my shift, obviously the battery is going to be used a lot more. If you keep this phone in the candy bar, just folded, and you use this normally, you want to listen to music, and you don't really open it up too much, you'll be good. So that's the different ways that I use these two devices, and I'm able to make them both work for me. Now, I do carry my Z Fold to work every now and then. I'll take it, and I like to use something different, and pulling that phone out is definitely pretty interesting when other people see it, and it's awesome to show it to people that have never seen this phone in person. It's still a very, very new thing to people. Um, if you have a foldable and you pull this out, your family or with your friends, you're just going to notice that people are going to ask about it, and they're going to want to know what that is. And most of them find it really, really cool and want to hold it and see what it's like to use it, especially iPhone and Apple users. Apple users are the most interested in seeing what's going on with this device. The Z Fold 3 is very, very interesting. Along with I had the Z Flip 3. Very interesting device. When people see you pull that out and flip it or unfold it, they want to know what it's about. Like, it's still, at least in my life, you know, I'm living in Maine now. I don't live in Florida. In Florida, you see a lot of different people, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different things. Everywhere, it's a lot different. Maine is a lot slower of a state, and New England as a whole is just not as fast moving. We still have our cities and stuff, but you don't see people out in public with Z folds and flips too much. You know what I mean? I mean, but who really notices someone pulling their phone out all the time anyways? You know what I mean? If you're out in public, you're not necessarily looking for that. But if you look out of the corner of your eye and you see somebody pulling out a fold or a flip and opening it and flipping it, it's interesting. And before I had these, I've seen somebody unfolding a Z Fold, and I had to have that. not that I had to have that, but I really wanted that. And I waited a while. I waited for 2 different versions to pass through the market to pull the trigger on this, and now the Z Fold 4 is getting ready to hit the market possibly. There's a lot of talk of it, and the S Pen being incorporated into the device. If that's a possibility, that's cool. You know, I've said in my other videos about these 2 devices, I have the S22 Ultra. I don't need to have another device that has the built-in S Pen, but you never know. Or I guess by this time I would have gone and bought the S Pen Pro and the case with it built in and all of that. But to be honest with you, on the Z Fold 3, this is how I run it. I don't put a case on it. I've always had phones with cases on it, but that pocketable experience, that feel in the hands is totally taken away when it comes to this and you put a case on it. Don't care how thin it is, don't care how much protection it is, it makes it a brick. It really does. It bricks this device and just makes it a lot to carry. It feels so nice with this in the pocket. It's a little bit slick, and if you have slick material jeans and stuff, then you really have to take care with this, because when you sit down it could slide out. But if you are mindful, and I'm pretty sure that if you buy these devices you are very mindful, especially how fragile they made this device seem on the market. Maybe the first 2 people, definitely the first 2 Z Folds, you definitely wanted to hold on tight to it, and with people ripping the screens off of it, that film protection and doing all of that, I almost didn't think that this phone would make it 2 more versions. That was so bad that, wow, you took the factory screen protector off of this device and it just completely ripped the LCD apart and left it functionless. That was a hard video to watch. And then years now of that video being out, and watch the person Marquez, sorry if I mispronounced your name, but he released that video and then went back years later and months later, whatever, and reposted a video of how this all took place. And that was definitely a letdown with it. But these two devices are pretty true to me, and they've proven themselves for a good couple of weeks now, and with the Z Fold a good couple of months. I've got a little over a month with the S22 Ultra and carrying it, and it's definitely not the most pocketable experience and not the smallest device. It's actually really big and blocky. This slab phone is just it's a big phone, and to be honest with you, when the Z Fold 3 is open in my hands and when I'm just holding the S22 Ultra, I really think, especially with the S22 Ultra with a case on it, is definitely heavier and definitely a bigger pocketable experience. You can definitely feel that. And most people might not think that. Like, when you think the Z Fold, you thinking, big display, it opens up, it's just a thick and heavy device. It's really not. It's really not. Stock with no case on it. Naked for naked, the S22 Ultra versus the Z Fold 3. I would definitely say that the S22 Ultra is definitely thinner, but wider for sure, even with the cases off of it. And with the corners and everything on the S22 Ultra, this thing is definitely staying protected. Plus, like I told you, I work in the mill work industry. I am definitely keeping a case on this because I use it while I'm painting, and I use it to listen to music while I'm at work, and that's definitely going to stay running a case on it. Well, you guys, we're coming to the end of this video, and I just wanted to end with this. Whether you're wanting to get the Z Fold 3 or possibly wait for the Z Fold 4 to come out, or you're waiting to see what Apple does later on this year with their releases, or what Google is going to do with their Pixel release, I can tell you this. Right now, early 2022, if you buy either one of these devices, depending on your lifestyle, you are going to be happy. The S22 Ultra's got a handful of better things when it comes to the camera, battery life, screen resolution, and stuff like that. But, if you are seriously into playing games or surfing the web and watching movies, doing YouTube, and just doing social media, man. If you're a social media junkie and that's what you do and you watch a lot of content, there's nothing better than the Fold 3. This is awesome for entertainment purposes. The S22 Ultra, what I'm recording off of right now, is hands down the baddest powerhouse phone that's out right now as far as I'm concerned. The battery life, the screen, the brightness, the options, and they just released the 4.1 Android version for the S22 models, and the Ultra just got pushed, and it's got a lot of new features on there that you guys need to go check out. If you bought this device and you haven't done the update as of March this month, 2022, you need to go ahead and shoot that update through your phone. Hopefully you've got it. I know T-Mobile came out with it like that, like they normally do. T-Mobile's great with the OTAs. If you haven't done that update, I urge you to go ahead and check and see if you have it, and check your Android version and make sure you do have the 4.1, and start watching some of these videos on here. There's some great content creators that are putting some good videos out there of the new features that come on these phones. There's a bunch in this camera and for your battery, and there's a lot of different people out there putting good videos on on YouTube about this update. And I would make a video about some of these particular updates, and I still might. There's just a lot of content out there that you guys can find out. I know that I'm putting out a lot about the S22 Ultra and the Z Fold 3, but I just, as weeks and time goes on, I just have more and more good to say about these phones. You know, I'm a consumer, and I pay my hard-earned money for this. There's nobody sending me any devices to do any reviews on. This is real life circumstances that I'm dealing with T-Mobile and Samsung, and my life and my wife's life, and the way that we use these devices, and they fit our lifestyles. My wife uses the S20 Plus. That was my last flagship phone before I jumped into these last couple, and we just have not let it go. I think that phone is completely paid off, and we're going to hold on to it. It's carrier unlocked, has all the room for expandable storage, and it still works so amazing. Like, that phone has a really good camera on it, and that was one of the main reasons why we didn't go get my wife another phone, and I had the S20 Plus. It was already a 5G phone, really good quality when it comes to everything on that device. And she was just really happy with the quality and the pictures, so that was a huge thing. She wanted to be able to take good pictures, and at the time she had an A71, Samsung Galaxy A71, that took pretty good pictures, but when you go into the Samsung's higher flagship device category, obviously you guys know the quality that comes along with this. I'm sorry if I'm rambling on, but this is information that you guys have asked questions about and have seek some of this information, and I just want to put it out there for you guys when it comes to these two devices. Well, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, I spoke about. The Z Fold 3, which I've spoke about, that I have, and then the Z Flip 3, which I had, and I had to move on from that for battery and screen issues. Nothing that the phone was broke. It was just I was unsatisfied with the quality that phone put out. And now I'm talking about the S20 Plus, which is still a really good phone. If you guys are looking for something on the lower price range that you can find one of these for a good deal, I urge you to jump on that. And T-Mobile still got the Note 20 on their website, and you can still go pick that up. That's still a really good phone. I like the cameras on that phone, and you could still be using a Note series phone, even though the S22 Ultra is now the Note series of these phones. It'll be interesting to see in the future what the S23 and so forth will be. But for now, we'll enjoy these, and we'll keep using these Samsung devices and enjoying the great screens and the good battery life, and just wait for more updates to come, you guys. The Z Fold 3 should be receiving a nice size update here soon. Just waiting for that to shoot through, and I'll let you know when it does. But you guys stay on board and keep watching for more content. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, the Z Fold 3, I got big hands, and I understand this. I may make this look small or whatever, but in the pocket, the Z Fold 3 is not that bad. I urge you to go to a store or find a friend that has one of these and just put your hands on it. And if they have a case on it, tell them to take it off, because that's the real experience with this phone. Take the case off. Well, you guys have a great one. I'm going to end the video on this note. I have my S Pen here, and I'm going to stop this video with it. You guys remember to use your S Pen and find out its functionality and what it does for you and the way that you can use it. And this is one of them. You guys have a great weekend. Appreciate you. Peace.